everyone, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you the products that I keep in the top drawer of my makeup vanity. These are the products that I use either every single day without fail, or they're the products that I reach for when I need to do a very quick makeup look. I do have a vanity tour video that I can link for you in the description box if you want to see what the whole setup looks like. But in that top drawer, I have these 3 bins. I believe I purchased these at either the Container Store or Target. If I can find them online, I will link them for you. So these 3 take up the width of the drawer, and this one I keep closest to me, and that's where we're going to start. Once in a while, I do rotate the items that are in these bins. For instance, my eyeshadow base. I used to use the Nars Pro Prime. I like the Milani primer, but this eyeshadow primer from P. Louise has been my go-to for about, almost a year now. I use this product almost daily, and there's still quite a bit left. The only reason why I have 2 of them now is because over the weekend, I couldn't find it. It turns out that it was stuck in between 2 of these bins, but I searched everywhere. I'm thinking, where the heck did it go? And I just happened to be at or near a Morphe store over the weekend, so I just picked up another one because I can't be without it. And then of course, the very next day, I find it. So I absolutely love this eyeshadow base, and I don't know if I said this yet, but I use Rumor 02. Also in this bin are my Nars Soft Matte Concealers. I use these primarily for underneath my brow to carve out the brow right under here. If you've watched my makeup tutorials, you've seen me do it all the time, and I just like the consistency of this. So this is my favorite product for that purpose, but I also do like it as a concealer. It's not the one I reach for the most often, but if I have a blemish, it's what I will use for that purpose. But as far as under eye concealers go, I have a whole container full of different concealers that I rotate through, but I always use this one to carve out my brows. Now, one concealing product that I do use every single day is this one from Charlotte Tilbury. It's the Eye Corrector in number 2 medium. This is honestly one of the best under eye correctors I've ever used. It completely blanks out, conceals the bluish purplish tones I have going on through here by the side of my nose and then right through here. I know a lot of us have that issue, and this is a really, really nice corrector. So I reach for this every day. Also in this first bin is the Too Faced Primed and Poreless Pore Banishing and Blurring Face Primer. There are several primers that I rotate that I like, that I've recommended, but this one has been my go-to lately. That's why I put it in the special bin, the everyday bin, because I'm just finding more and more that it's my favorite. It really does blur my pores. It really does help my makeup look more fresh throughout the day. I can't say that it controls oil as well as my Hourglass Veil Primer, but as far as giving me that really sort of flawless, poreless look, this is the one I've been reaching for, and I really like the feel of it as well. The last time I checked, this did not have very good reviews on Sephora.com, and I think that's because it's a reformulation, and as a lot of you probably know, reformulations don't always go over that well. A lot of people who loved the original will express how angry they are that the formula has been changed, which I understand, I completely get it. But that's what I think a lot of the negative reviews, as far as the ones that I read, were saying, that they were just unhappy with the reformulation. They preferred the other. I never tried the first formula, but I'm happy with this. I like it. Also in this first bin are the 2 black eye pencils that I like to tightline with. I do not like to have the fleshy color between my lashes and my upper lids. I always like to tightline, and I have a tendency to poke myself in the eye a lot while doing that. So I really like this chunky pencil from L'Oreal. It's the Voluminous Smoldering eye pencil. As you can see, it's a chunky pencil, so I find that when I use this, I don't poke myself nearly as often. but unfortunately it doesn't wear as well as this one, which is from Wet n Wild. It's their Breakup Proof, Waterproof Retractable Eyeliner. So if I'm filming, I'll reach for this one because I don't need my makeup to be lasting all day. It just needs to last through filming videos. But if I'm going out at night, which is very rare these days, but if I'm going out, I will reach for the Wet n Wild because it is longer lasting. And then finally in this first bin, I have my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder in shade 1. I use this the most to set my under eyes. It's one of the only powders I find works really, really well for setting under eye concealer without looking heavy or cakey or aging my under eye area. I have some loose powders that I reach for on occasion too, but on a daily basis, especially if I'm wanting to do my makeup just fast and just reaching for things in that top drawer, this is the powder I keep in there for that purpose. It's simply one of my all-time favorite powders. I also have shade 2 that I will use on my face, but lately, since it's right here, I'll show it to you. I've been loving this by Terry Hyaluronic Pressed Hydra Powder in Colorless. This one has been the one I've been reaching for to finish off my entire face. But for under my eyes on a daily basis, this is the one I'm reaching for. So in the next bin, we have brows and cream cheek products. Remember how I said in the beginning, these were also products that I used when I want to do a quick makeup look. So that's why I keep all of my Glossier Cloud Paints in here because I can use these on my lips and cheeks. And then I also have some from Iconic London. I will put the names of all of the shades that I have in the description box. So I've got 3 from Iconic London, 3 from Glossier. Then I've got this Cheek Heat from Maybelline. These are excellent as well. I also have a blush from Fenty in here. This is the Cheeks Out in Strawberry Drip. And I also have this one from RMS Beauty. This is the Lip to Cheek. It's another great product that I can just put my finger into, rub it on my cheeks, rub it on my lips, and I am good to go. It adds just some color to my face. You can even use these on your eyes. This is the shade Demure. I'm not sure that I would put this one on my lids, but it's definitely a great color for everyday cheeks and lips. And for my brows, lately I've been rotating between these 3. One is the Benefit Precisely My Brow. The other one is the Hourglass Arch Brow. And this one is from Hard Candy. It's from their Marilyn Monroe collection. It's the Precision Brow Pencil in light medium. I bought this at Walmart a few months ago, and it's just a great pencil. It's such a good dupe for the Anastasia pencils or even the Precisely My Brow pencils. This comes in a lot of different colors, whereas this one only comes in light medium or medium dark. There's just 2 shades. So again, those are the 3 that I've been rotating lately. In this bin, oh wait, one more product. I have been trying out this Bare Minerals Strength and Length Serum Infused Brow Gel. I really like this. Many of you know how much I love the Maybelline Brow Precise Fiber Volumizer. That is the old version, not the new version. I talk about it a lot on my channel. I've mentioned that I have to purchase it on Amazon because it's very difficult to find in stores. This is the closest thing to that product that I have found. I love the applicator on this. It's so similar to the Maybelline, but it's a little bit shorter, which I like better. The Maybelline one was a little bit too long. The one I use is in the shade Honey. It's kind of light, but I'm really liking a lighter brow lately versus a darker brow. So I highly recommend this. And then also in this bin, I keep some lash glue because I wear a lot of false lashes, and I also keep my Lumify drops in that bin. However, I do not use these every single day. I use them maybe once or twice a week. And finally, the last bin is where I keep my tools. And when I say tools, I mean my Stands Out sponge, my e.l.f. sponge that I use for concealer, my eyelash curlers. I have 3 eyelash curlers in here. I have the Charlotte Tilbury, I have the Kevyn Aucoin, and then this one is the Surratt lash curler, I believe. They're all good. I would say my favorite right now is the Kevyn Aucoin. I also keep a pair of tweezers in this bin. And then I have 2 lash applicators. I use these to help mesh my false lashes with my lashes, or to hold down the inner corner of the lash so it doesn't pop up. I also use these to take the lashes out of the tray. It just grips them easily so you can gently pull the lash off the tray. They're not in here right now, but I usually always have a pair of cuticle scissors to trim the lashes. I'm not sure where that went. I also in here keep my favorite sharpener. This is from Charlotte Tilbury. It has a large side and a small side, and I like that it's closed so it collects all of the shavings, and then you can just dump it out. I keep my current rotation of mascaras in here, which are, at the moment, the Bobbi Brown Smoky Eye Mascara. I got this sample recently from Dior. It's just their Dior Show. I don't think it's a new formula. It's just Dior Show. And then the Nars Climax Mascara. I'm also really liking the Nars Climax Extreme and the Grande Cosmetics mascaras, but I'm keeping those in a different container on my vanity. I don't know why. I usually don't keep the full sizes in the bin. I usually keep these smaller mascaras, but anyway, it's in here, so I'm showing it to you. And lastly, ooh, this is in here too. My Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in the shade Boundless Bisque. This is an ivory shade, and I put that in my inner rims to make my eyes look bigger and brighter. So that's everything. But before I finish up this video, I do want to touch on the sponges that I use. Well, actually just this sponge. This one from e.l.f., I mean, I think everybody loves this sponge. It's so great at blending out your concealer. It's easy to get into the area around the nose, just all the little crevices of the face. And this sponge is the one I wanted to talk about because I do use it in so many of my videos, and I do constantly rave about it. And I know a lot of you have purchased it because I've raved about it. Yes, mine looks a little bit dirty, but I always keep a backup or 2 in a drawer. And this sponge is definitely not going to be for everybody. I've heard some people say that they got it and they hated it. Of course, thankfully, I've also heard from people that say they've purchased it and they love it. That's what I want to hear. I'm always disappointed to hear when somebody hates it, but I can understand why. It's very different. It feels like a piece of memory foam. The directions do say to wet it first before your first use, but I always use it dry, and I do find that it gets better the more you use it. When it is a little bit dirty, I will use it for probably 3 foundation applications before I wash it and then leave it overnight. And for me, it just works. It's my favorite tool out of all of the other sponges that I own, out of all of the other brushes that I own. I just find that my foundation always looks the best when I use this. I apply the foundation to the wide side of the sponge, I pat it on, I blend my foundation down, and it always just looks flawless. Whenever I stray and I start using a different brush or a different sponge, I always go back to it. It's just my favorite. But again, I can't guarantee that everyone is going to love it as much as I do. All right, those are the products that I keep in the top drawer of my makeup vanity. I really hope you all enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, become part of the Risa Does Makeup family, and hopefully by hitting that notification bell, you will be notified every time I upload, which is at least twice per week. You can also find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter under the username Risa Does Makeup as well. Thank you again for watching. I look forward to seeing you in my next video.